Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to week 6 of MNVL action. We are here today with a double header of some Rocket League games. Looking forward to what we have in store. As always, I'm your host, Skeptor, joined by Moonsum on the desk. How are you doing, Moonsum? Are you ready for some Rocket League?
Heck yeah, Scap. It's been a full week since we had our last stream, and to be honest, I'm excited to see some more head-to-head. Hopefully, and as far as I know, we've got a full 3 stack on either side, right?
Agreed. Yeah, that should be the case. We are looking at full rosters across the board today in both matchups, so that should be good. As long as nobody has a last-second emergency grocery store run with the mother, we should be okay. Believe it or not, that is a place we used to be in. Back in our first or second season, that happened one time. My kid had to go to the grocery store with his mom, so that was pretty epic. I mean, I'm never gonna forget that. But
Yeah.
at hand today, that's years past. At hand today, Ada Borup West taking on Winnie Mac. Like you said, Ada Borup West coming into this matchup with a 4-1 record. Winnie Mac sitting at a 3-2 record. So not bad by any means for both of these squads kind of coming in, opening up the stream here today. We should have a solid matchup of Rocket League. I'm hoping, dude. You know what? I'll say it for everybody. I've been saying it. I'm hoping for a non-3-0 for whatever it takes. I don't care, right? I just want to see a competitive series. I want to see both teams kind of get the upper hand and see if a team can kind of battle their way back, Moonsum, right? Because that's kind of been the story of the season.
Yeah, 100%. So far, like you said, what we've all been seeing is just 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, and it's not even close. Normally
Yeah.
it's, yeah, I hate to say it, I hate to be kind of a downer like that, but it's just, it hasn't been close, man. More than you almost, I probably want a good competitive series as well. So who knows? Let's see what
I
happens. And
think I think today's the day. I think today's the day that we break that streak. I know it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna guarantee it today. We're gonna have more than a 3-0 series. I can something is brewing and it's telling me, the sensors are going off. So we are looking forward to that. Quick, before we get into this one, we have a special request. Apparently, we have some GMs going above and beyond expectation. And so I'm going to give them both a shout out because that's what the people want. So, for the side of Ada Borup West, we have the one, the only, Mark Farwell. Thank you for what you've done for Ada Borup West. And on the other side, it will be Andrew Hansen representing Winnie Mac Esports. So, we'll see if these GMs have cooked up the solution for a 3-0. You know, maybe me giving the GMs the shout out is what is needed for these teams to, get behind their leader and fight for their school, Moonsum. I don't know, dude. I'll take whatever I can at this point.
yeah, same here, Skip. All right, as we're getting into the match here, everyone, we are looking at, like Skip said, a pretty good record. Both teams
Yep.
for at max have lost 2 games. Uh, that's where you want to be, right, Skip?
Yeah, I mean, both teams in the positive win column, I think, is the main thing to look at, right? Both teams having more success than loss is a good sign. I mean, pretty straightforward in that note. But just knowing that they've kind of had the ability to, I'm sure some of these teams like have played non 3-0 games, right? Like, we're not saying every game has been 3-0s across the board, but for what we have been seeing on the stream, at least, the games tend to be one sided. So I'm sure both of these teams, with their records given, have played challenging series and have played against solid opponents. So I really do think this is going to be one of our best matchups that we've had yet. I'm anticipating some fireworks. So
100%
hopefully
Skip.
they will deliver. I understand how much pressure I just put both these teams on. I'm sorry, but I have faith in you guys that you're going to deliver for the sake of your GMs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what, the first time this season we've given specialized
I've given one
shoutouts like
other
that?
shout out. I've given one other shout out. It
One other,
was
okay.
during interview after a Valorant stream. Shouted out the GM. I can't even remember the team, but I think it was North Dakota Valorant. I'm pretty sure it was North Dakota Valorant. Whatever, dude. There's so many
Well,
streams. There's so many casts, right? Like it's on the spot.
yeah, at any rate, though, hopefully that shout out will give both teams some grit to take each other by the horns, and like you said, hopefully we get a nice competitive series because both of us, we're both looking for that because it's a lot more fun for everybody to watch. It's a lot more fun for you guys at home to watch, and Yeah, we're loading into the game right now. Up on teams, we've got Born. We got Born, Borneo Alexander, Ivek, Luxie, Living Zoo, and Hugard. So, anything else you want to add, Skep?
Ooh, yeah, my mic was gone for a second there. What I was saying was our follow-up game after game 1 will be St. Thomas Academy taking on Rogers. So if you're looking for either one of those teams, you'll have to stick around while Ada Borup West and Winnie Mac do battle here. Ada Borup West being in blue, Winnie Mac on the orange side of things. And already, I mean, Moonsum, you know, within 10 seconds, we've been able to tell kind of the state of things. Both teams going up, making somewhat of an aerial effort immediately, to me, shows that we're going to have a competitive game.
100% Skep, especially seeing how they're both going back and forth, both playing aggressive. That's kind of the main things we've already been looking to see with the other teams that have fallen short in the past couple of weeks.
A little out of place on that rotation, and it's going to cost Winnie Mac. We're talking about challenging, we're talking about contesting the ball, but as you can see, all three players on that Winnie Mac side, over on that right side of the field, a little bit misplaced in terms of their rotations, and it's going to cost them early as Ada Borup West will strike first. 4:25 remaining in game number 1, and right back to the races for ABW off the kickoff, a second goal. Moonsum. I mean, that's a way to get it rolling for the side of
100%.
ABW.
Yeah, hopefully Winnie Mac gets some motivation to keep going here, because they're going to need to really put some pressure back on Ada in order to keep the series going.
Winnie Mac in a crucial state now, down 2 goals early in this one. Plenty of time to play with, but you don't want to fall too deep into a hole. Oh my goodness. Alrighty.
Yep, can you explain what I just watched?
So there was a bump there. As you can see, Luxie kind of lost possession of the ball, and then all it took was one little, I guess, reversal to just set it up for his teammate in the wide open goal. And ABW now find themselves up 3-0 with over 4 minutes left in game number 1. So this quickly escalated into ABW kind of, I mean, leading by charge. Good aerial play here for Borgen.
Looks like Winnie tried to put some pressure back on Ada, but Ada was not having it, bringing the ball back up to Winnie's goal again.
Yeah, Winnie's been getting stuck in their defensive zone here, Moonsum. You can see getting to these loose balls faster are the side of ABW, right? Winning out races to a free ball, if you will, can make the difference in possession and what you're going to be doing. So we got to see a little bit more aggression from the side of Winnie Mac to kind of go chase down the ball before these ABW players get their hands on it, or their wheels on it, I should say.
Yeah.
Good pressure, though.
Yeah, very much so. Looks like Winnie Mac and Ada are both fighting possession of the ball as ball goes toward Ada's side of the court, field. Better now.
Good denial from the side of ABW, just nonstop pressure as we're seeing here from this squad. Moonsum keeping Winnie Mac kind of trapped in their zone. We'll see a long clear now. Finally in the ABW side, but quickly gathering and getting it right out of harm's way. And right back onto the pressure offensively. Ooh, that was a rocket of a shot. Got deflected right after he let go, but Borgen had some fire behind that one. Right off the top of this red car, and it just rockets into the back of the net. No chance saving that one. 4-0. ABW coming out and making statements early in game number 1.
Guess kept going back into it. We're up 4-0 on the side of Ada, and honestly, that's not what you want to be really seeing on Winnie's side of the field. What are we thinking?
Ooh, that is no bueno, is what I'm thinking. I think we've kind of gotten a little bit out of circulation in how we are rotating and who's covering net, right? For the side of Winnie Mac, I mean, nobody's home. Wide open goal. Making some rookie mistakes.
Yeah,
communication issue, surely.
All right, nice.
I mean, it's like, because it should be, you're always kind of circulating on who's going for the ball, who's playing the support, and then who's playing back towards goal. And Winnie Mac will finally get there first up on the board. 2:21 to play. So still some time to make it interesting. It's not looking likely currently, but a beautiful goal by Luxy to put that one away and get Winnie Mac on the board.
Yes, kept being optimistic here. I mean, Winnie just took, what, 5-6 seconds out of a round to score that goal. They do that a few more times, they're back in the game.
But this
As I say that.
Yeah, dude, this is like what I'm saying right now. Is like, how are we not communicating who's going to be watching the goal? These are simple things that are necessary for Three's Rocket League. And I mean, that's the second or third goal now that has just been a wide open goal, which is just unacceptable for the side of Winnie Mac. So gonna have to tighten up defensively if they want to try to make their way back into this one. But as of right now, I mean, this is ABW's game to lose here in game number 1.
As we're seeing that, Winnie is really feeling the pressure right now as ball just narrowly avoids their goal.
That's a missed touch. And you can see how, like, Winnie Mac cars kind of are continuously getting stacked on top of themselves. That's no bueno. And that's a huge follow-up goal from Luxy going end to end. Tapping it around this defender, beats the secondary as well, wins out on the 50 ball and punches it in off the post. So right now, I mean, Luxy is trying to make this one very winnable for the side of Winnie Mac. They're going to have to be, I mean, perfect defensively throughout the remainder of this game, as there's only 1:40 left here in game number 1. Good position for Ada Borup West, but good signs from Luxy and the side of Winnie Mac, fighting back.
I mean, to tell the truth, Skip, I'm hopeful. Like, sure, maybe not this game of the series, but just seeing Winnie being out with 2 points off the bat, it means that they're getting warmed up. They're getting ready to really put pressure on Ada here.
I mean, Luxy seems to be the main contributor of this pressure. We see him here going up offensively for that play, but then neither one of his teammates are home or are in line of sight.
Yeah, both teammates there. I don't know if they were gunning for the goal or just watching Luxy go for the
they were
goal
watching.
himself.
They were watching, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They were watching because you always see cars cycling and moving around and going to fill the gap of where their teammate just was. On that replay, both Winnie Mac cars that weren't Luxy were standing almost stationary. One of them came to challenge late, but it's like, if you're stationary and you're hesitating in Rocket League, no games punish like as hard as Rocket League does for hesitation. It's about speed, it's about getting to the ball first, it's about being aggressive, and it's about making plays. And if you're going to sit around and be a spectator, it's not going to go your way. 8-2 now. Ada Borup West are dominating in game number 1.
What I'm hearing is you being late to the show means that you might as well not show up.
You might as well not even show up to the bus, buddy. The bus missed you, don't even show up. That's essentially what I'm saying. And I mean, we know Winnie Mac are capable, but right now they just got to tighten up their communication and how they're playing. It's too much
100%.
individual effort right now. Luxy's trying to do it
100%.
all. He needs some support. And at least just baseline, it starts with communication. But I mean, think about how much pressure ABW has been in their zone. That's a beautiful goal there. Off the back wall, Ivan Zesty gonna find that. But I mean, look at that. Perfect pass right into the middle danger zone, that slot area, prime scoring position. And ABW wasting no time to put that one in the back of the goal. 9-2 with 15 seconds remaining. This one is chalked. Winnie Mac, we'll see if they can bounce back. Like, Rocket League's a game where having a multiple game series, just because this game was drastically favoring ABW, doesn't mean that that's going to be the course of the series, right? Winnie Mac can get
100%.
fired up. They can battle back, but it is on them. Nobody else is going to be able to make them, bring out that savage and start to kind of push that pace and that pressure. It's going to be on them. But I mean, look at the shot difference too, bro. Jeez.
100%. I mean, you can really tell who was putting pressure on who there. What is that? 6, 4, and 4 for Ada's side, and then only 3 shots by Luxy on Winnie's side. that's encouraging. Uh, Lexi really tried to pull it back there. Not necessarily getting his goal there, but still, it's like you said, it's only the first game of the series, so anything can still happen, right?
I mean, Luxy had some big time plays though. That's no joke, right? He went end to end and beat all three defenders by himself making those moves. So we are seeing talent without a doubt. We need the supporting cast to start aiding Luxy's efforts is what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Or at least you got to be better defensively, right? Not everybody's going to be that offensive player, but it's like, what can you provide on the back end defensively to halt the other team's efforts? Because yeah, Rocket League's one of just the worst games to kind of be sitting around and just kind of watching and kind of hoping that your squad mates are going to take care of business.
Yeah, you want to be at least doing something, right?
100%. Go for a bump, right? Try to make the other team uncomfortable. You can, there's other manners to be impactful, without a doubt. You don't have to be the big aerial playing, highlight maker on the team. You got to play your role.
100%. And as we were talking about that, we just see another bump by Ada to Winnie.
Yep.
Displacing one of their players and
Disruption.
almost scoring Ada the first goal right off the bat there.
Nothing feels worse, Moonsum, than when you're going to make a play on the ball and all of a sudden you just get bumped 30 feet out of position because a guy just, bumper carded you and ran into you and knocked you out of the play. I mean, it's definitely a strategy. So if Winnie Mac could kind of level up that physicality and maybe start to make them uncomfortable on the side of Ada Borup West, it could do them a solid. Here's a demolition, as we say it.
That is demo on...
Ada Borup West found that demolition.
Very
one
nice.
of the Winnie Mac players. So
Very
kind
nice.
of continuing to be the aggressive ones and leading that dance.
So Scap, once you get into this position where you're kind of being just pressured back and forth by the other team, where you're kind of just stuck in this defensive rut, what do you do? Because if you go for a bump or you go for a demo, you're displacing yourself and leaving some position open. So what do you think you can? What would you recommend for Winnie when they get into these situations?
First things first, they have to find a way to clear their defensive zone, right? They're getting boost starved, so they're not able to kind of go out and make those pressure plays like they need to. And secondly, I mean, once you're in a state of panic and you're constantly reacting and trying to rotate into the enemy team's play, eventually there's going to be an opening, and that's just bound to happen, right? If you're playing the reactive game, you gotta be making the plays before time, right?
100%.
If you're always reacting, you're going to be late.
Yeah, as we're saying that, we see a demo
Nice pass.
by Winnie a little bit before, but still very nice. It's encouraging.
Yeah, like these little weak soft clears where you kind of are just giving ball possession back to the other team are no good. It either needs to be a long clear so you have time to refill tank. Like that's a good clear. That's a perfect clear, leading into a potential scoring opportunity. But Ada Borup West have been tight in their defensive zone, and this is a wide open goal. That's going to be a 2-0 lead now for the side of ABW.
It feels like we're seeing this a lot, Skep, but it feels like the best defense is in fact offense. That's true, right?
Oh yeah.
Rocket League?
Best defense is a great offense, right? Because if you are always challenging offensively, the other team, like we were just saying, is playing that reactive ball. They're always trying to get into position to counter your efforts, and you just feel a lot better when you're playing that offensive game. I mean, no team wants to defend scoring chance after scoring chance, right? You feel like you're kind of getting squeezed out or suffocated almost in your own zone.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, Skep. As someone who's played Minecraft, teamwork is crucial, but also just having that pressure. So
sure.
I hear that.
I mean, it's hard to breathe, right? You're kind of in a state of panic. Like, okay, here comes another scoring chance. Who's got it this time? Who's got the goal? It's a constant thing. And ABW have been pretty clean in their breakouts like this, right? Just getting past all defenders, and it leads immediately into a scoring opportunity. They don't capitalize that time, but you can see the game plan coming through each time ABW is trudging their way down the field. Oh, dude, Borgen's messing with us. He's running a pink car on the blue team, so he looks like one of the orange cars right now. That's criminal.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
didn't know.
You see that over there? He's
Yeah, I see it,
He's
I
on
see
the
it,
blue
yeah,
team,
yeah.
but yeah, he's completely pink and red like the other cars. Which, I mean, that's... I don't know
That
what
kind of
that
reminds me of the
is.
equivalent of like you're at a basketball game and someone in the stands says, "I'm open." Like it feels like that almost.
Playing with the enemy team's minds a little bit. Morgan now gets bumped out of that one, but Bourne Alexander will slide in to make it a 3-0 lead now as Ada Borup West continue to mount and add to their lead.
Yeah, Skip. As we're moving into the minute 25 mark, we're seeing what 3-0.
We are seeing
not-
3-0 as it stands.
That's not what we were hoping to
Better
see.
than
right?
9-2. Better than 9-2,
100%.
but still not pretty.
But Skip, you've seen comebacks from this, right? You've seen. Like,
I mean, I've seen
hero
reverse
comebacks?
sweeps. Yeah, I've seen reverse sweeps, but dude, I mean, we just can't get a break. I'm on the verge of losing it. I'm on the verge of losing it. I'm not even trolling you, dude. Because like, no matter what we do, the end result is inevitable. I mean, Thanos is holding the Infinity Stone and the gauntlets right now. Like, it's a 4-0 lead now. We're looking at a 2-0 lead for Ada Borup West. I don't want to be that guy. But could we be seeing another 3-0? That's where we're headed right now, man. That's where we're headed. I hate to be the bad guy, you know, mopey, whatever. But, like, Winnie Mac's offense has disappeared. It's dropped off the cliff. We haven't seen almost any scoring opportunities. And when we do, they end up being out of position and nobody's home. Like literally what I'm saying right now. So, as you can see, you know, like I want them to go for it, but every time they go for it, there's not comms on who's going to be back, and then they leave their net wide open. And that is wide open. So,
Yeah. 100%.
So, GG, my friend. Cooked in game number 2. I mean, in Ada Borup West always have a player back. I mean, it's just a drastic difference in how these two teams are approaching it. One team's communication's on point, one team is practice and disciplined, and one team is kind of playing free ball, kind of just chasing the ball around. And when you're just ball chasing, I mean, it's not going to be a good game.
Yeah, putting the final nail in the coffin. The score ends up looking like 6-0 in favor of Ada. 4 seconds left on the clock, but I don't know if that's going to matter, Skep.
Nope. It will not matter. This one's done.
At the end.
It's a 2-0 lead for Ada Borup West. I mean, maybe Winnie Mac gets one on their way out the door, but I mean, it doesn't actually matter. 6-0, and now this one, I don't know if this is better than 9-2. This one might be just as bad. Like, there's nothing worse than not being able to score a goal throughout the entirety of the game as well. And they had more shots than they did in the first game. Upped it to 5. Wait, I'm lying.
Yep.
I was looking at saves. Okay, they did not up their shots. That's my mistake. Yeah, they dropped off the cliff on the shots. Yep. And the other squad only went up in shots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of the reverse of what we were hoping to see, right, Skep? It's
what are you thinking, Moonsum? How about you tell me what you're thinking? How do Winnie Mac come back into this one? I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
I mean, it feels like you said, Ada's got a pretty concrete line of communication. So I feel like Winnie, in order to come back from this, they're gonna have to do some more offensive based plays. Like, you know, we were talking demos, bumps, anything that knocks one of their teammates out of position.
Yep.
Because you think about it, Ada's thinking, oh, well, I've got a guy back at goal, so I can push here. If that guy at goal gets knocked out of the way or demoed, all of a sudden you've got two teammates who are depending on that guy to be there. That isn't there anymore. So hopefully when he can start making some plays that really just mess with Ada a little bit and hopefully open up some goal opportunities.
Okay. If Winnie Mac are going to come back and win this series, this is me being a realist, they need to come out and they need to score this first goal. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Second part of this plan, they need to score the first goal. That's a hard has to happen. Second part of the plan, they need to keep Ada Borup West out of their own net for at least the first half of the game. It needs to get to 2:30, and ABW cannot have a goal yet. And my fingers are crossed for them because I don't know if they're gonna. All right.
Oh.
All right. All right. All right.
So,
All right.
I got some bad news for you,
Yeah,
Skip.
it's over. It's over. It's over, bro. I mean,
not quite, but like,
no, not
yeah.
quite yet. But oh my goodness, man! It's like we're trying our hardest to manifest good things to come Winnie Mac's way, and
we're
we
just
are just
instantly-
repeatedly getting slapped in the face by
Yep.
ABW. Relentless. But hey, man, they want to win, and they're showing up on the server. Luxy, wide open goal, and we got
There
a
it
tie
is.
ball
Okay.
game.
There it is. All right. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, fellas. And
Winnable.
Anna and
Winnable.
Winnie are tied 1-1. We can definitely see a comeback here, right?
Is this the start of the reverse sweep? Winnie Mac, show us what you're made of.
Pick off
Uh-oh.
back into Winnie's Mac.
Uh-oh. Bro, okay. This is why I just can't say any nice things or like be hopeful. It's just I cursed him. I like they shouldn't be missing that one.
It's like dangling the carrot in front of a pig in Minecraft. You like give it to him and then you just immediately take it away. You never get it. It's just it's there. You see it. You have hope for being able to grab it. Nah, not happening.
Oh boy. ABW right back into that slot zone, prime scoring zone. Good clear out for the side of Winnie Mac. Reaching that 4-minute marker. Down 1 goal, so still manageable. But Winnie Mac need to keep this one as tight as possible.
I do like this a little bit though, Skep. It seems like when he's playing a little bit more vigorously.
I think they know that the game's on the line, right? Series is on the line. This is kind of that point where we reach that point of no return, Moonsum. We've seen teams dial it up in this game 3 because it's kind of like they drop that protective blanket of, oh, we can't do this or we can't do that. They just go for it because I mean, you know, you just got to go for it.
You can't afford to not do this. You have to just go all out.
We either sit back and we watch them beat us or we're just going to give it our all.
As we're saying that, Born Alexander goes in and hits another goal on Winnie Mac, bringing the total score up 3-1 with 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
And I mean, it's just you can kind of see a lot of the goals haven't really been like individual work from ABW. It's been passing plays and it's been set up each time, right? Setting somebody else up to come in and be the closer. Well, that one
Where
speaks
was
for
Winnie
itself.
Mac?
No, that one speaks for itself, bro. That's just a kickoff going wrong. 2 people committing on the kickoff, and like I said, bro, the communication is just non-existent for the side of Winnie Mac. Nobody's saying who's going to be guarding the net, which is just, I mean, that's completely unacceptable. You know?
Yeah, I hear you, Skep. Especially when,
yeah, I mean,
like
you're
you said,
playing with their
game's on the
teammates.
line.
They're in Discord, right? There's no way they're not. How are you not saying who's going to guard the net? It's like the most simple task in the game.
I mean, Rocket League even has callouts designed for this, correct?
Yeah. Luxy's going to get one to go with a little bit of support, I think, from one of the ABW players. No. No, yeah, he did right there. Just bumped it too far past him, and he knew it was going in. So 4-2 with 3:11 on the clock means it's still salvageable. For the side of Winnie Mac, they need the next goal, right? You got to get 2 in a row here. If
100%.
ABW come back and they make it a 3-goal lead again, it's just not going to be
As we're
pretty.
watching this, there's Skep. It looks like...
It's so scary, man.
Ooh, Ada just narrowly misses a goal on Winnie Mac again. Winnie Mac is not having it. It looks like they're trying to get ball out of the goal here, but Ada just is not releasing control over it. And as I say that, Ivan goes in and brings the score up 5-2. Yep, I don't know. I think we're actually just cursed. What are
No, we are cursed, bro. We are 100% cursed. I think we need to maybe look into some black magic, some kind of voodoo, to break this hex of 3-0s that have corrupted the Minnesota Rocket League scene. I mean, it's just unnatural at this point.
Yeah, statistically,
It is
you think about
unnatural.
You think you get at least one good game, right?
And it's not to say,
I'm not saying that like games
it's not
aren't.
to say that they're not good. It's the competitive side.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
At this point,
Ada
it feels like
Borough West is
Ada's
having
just-
fun. They're having fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
They're having fun. And why shouldn't they?
I mean, yeah, they're
Wide
winning.
open goal. Okay, we get back in time.
Never.
And it, yeah. Bro, I'm out of words. Like, I really don't have anything else to say. I hate to be that guy, but, like, I don't know, man. It feels like there's some kind of sick joke getting played on us at this point.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jokes are cool, especially, like, 3-0 jokes, like, 2 games in a row or something like that. But, like, this is a joke we're hearing way too many times. It's getting overused. It's getting it's getting old, man.
I think the people deserve something more.
100%.
Who's going to be the team to deliver, man? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's got to be, like...
Who's going to be the team to step up? Because, like, I'm actually losing my mind.
I mean, you think about it. Surely there's, like,
Oh,
it's like one of the top...
my goodness. I mean... Yeah, dude, I don't even know. Just, like...
You just... Yeah, I hear ya.
Yeah,
So,
it's beyond
looking more
me.
at game design then, Scap. Like, we're seeing a lot of 3-0s, and do you think this is just only a communication thing? Like, we're seeing some communication issues here and there, but it feels like the more we see it, the more it feels like Rocket League allows for more skill development, and that skill development really just sets teams apart, right?
So, like, yeah, you can have a player that's just better than everybody and can, like, technically carry a game by himself, but they have to be, like, basically, like, the highest rank in the game, and they need to be so aware of their positioning at all times. It's not a solo person carry the game kind of game, right? It's a game that requires team play and requires teamwork, especially due to how everybody that's, like, all the teams that are very good at Rocket League play the rotation system, right? Like,
Yeah,
everybody's
100%.
supposed to cycle in and out, taking turns kind of going for the ball, and then refilling their boost as they are kind of being the person out or playing defensive. But we're just seeing very, very messy rotations and how these teams that are getting 3-0'd play the game. It seems like they're just chasing the ball, dude. And, like, you'd think that's how you play the game, but it's actually not. When you just chase the ball, the no comms thing, people just become out of position. I mean, we've seen it throughout this entire series for the side of WinnieMac. So communication's going to have to get leveled up for these guys. I mean, you know, they're just dropping back to 500 now on their record. So they're 3-3. They've won some games, lost some games. Not the end of the world. Would they like to have some more wins? Sure. But at this point, I mean, this is a good learning point, right? You're not out of position to be winning more games, frankly, based on what was showcased here today.
Well, as that final, or assumed to be what the final goal is, bringing Ada's score up to 7 to Winnie's 4. I mean, Winnie kind of pulled it back. Sure, they didn't win, but they pulled it back toward the end there. So, there are some silver linings to this, right?
Sure. But it's like, this is the thing, this is the other thing, and I'm not trying to take away from the side of WinnieMac, but it gets to the point, too, where it's like, Ada Borup West were not playing like they were playing once they hit that second half of that game 3. They were playing for funsies at that point, you know? They have the lead, the game's in the bag, and then you're just kind of going to hold on. Because, I mean, you don't need to dogpile onto the enemy team and then just start scoring nonstop, looking for those highlight reel plays, right? Like, that's pretty unrealistic, but to kind of just let the clock dwindle down, let the time run out, and take that 3-0 victory for the side of Ada Borup West. So they will improve to 5-1. Nicely done for them. WinnieMac will drop to 3-3. So not sure where they stack up now in terms of their overall standings, but well played coming out of the side of Ada Borup West. We appreciate both teams for popping out onto the stream. I'm sure Mr. Mark Farwell is ecstatic right now with the likes of his Ada Borup West squad. I mean, they were dialed on the server today. The comms were looking good. I mean, I couldn't hear them, but I don't have to hear them to understand that players were communicating properly, and they played a good set of Rocket League games today. For the side of WinnieMac, got to hit the VOD. You guys got to start talking to each other. That's the cold, hard truth from yours truly. But, folks, this is not the only Rocket League match of the day. There is still hope. We have St. Thomas Academy coming up against Rogers after the break. Grab some snacks, grab some drinks. When we come back, I'm going to do a prayer in between games here that we don't have a 3-0. I'll do whatever it takes for you guys. Trust me. I'll do whatever it takes. All right. We'll be back after the break.
Here at Concordia St. Paul, you will have the opportunity to earn a degree, make lifelong friendships, and play a game you love on an esports scholarship. For more information, visit csp.edu/esports.
Life isn't one size fits all, and college shouldn't be either. The University of North Dakota is consistently ranked a best value in the Midwest. That means whatever you decide to study, you know it'll be worth it. A better job, less debt, and ready for whatever comes next. Because there's one thing we all have in common. We lead our own way.
Coming in and actually seeing all the computers filled with kids and they have on their jerseys and they got their coaches next to them, and I see direct parallels over to football.
There's just not a lot of knowledge about gamers out there. People just don't know what they don't know.
They have to develop teamwork like any other physical game does. You don't have the teamwork, you don't win.
You take a kid who never had confidence before and you give them confidence, and you can see what they can do with their lives.
As Roseville will find their golden moment. 9 moments of the round. Audacity to his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles.
Very close here. Very nice spot dodge going through that. And fair. Go straight in over the wide, but Floyd able to get the rebound, and Egan has a 2-goal lead right. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some help. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your MNVL 2023 Fall State champions. Nice side B. Okay. Wait, yeah, just carry him. Put him on the pain train. Smash HP. He just yoinked that game.
Not quite able to get anything done with that. Drive possibly goes for double tap off the backboard! And able to get a score off the top.
Both are very low. I think they're both 1 HP. Doesn't know where the...
Oh!
Snap! TMR for the clutch!
Why be a nurse when you can be a nurse, potter, power lifter, foodie, comedian, dog advocate? Here, you'll grow in a place where your identities and interests are valued, your passions prioritized. As a Gusty, you'll write your own story, make connections, and learn to live with purpose. On purpose. Gustavus Adolphus College. Gusties get more out of college.
Where are you going? Or maybe a better question is, how far do you want to go? And how fast do you want to get there? Now we're getting somewhere. So let's go. Let's go faster. Let's go further. Let's go beyond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The break is concluded. I hope you guys gathered some snacks, whatever is necessary. I took care of, my methods to hopefully avoid another 3-0. That's the goal. But at the end of the day, we are at the mercy of the two squads that are about to play in this game number 2. It is Rogers taking on St. Thomas Academy. Rogers, a little bit of background for players that are newer or spectators that are newer. Rogers used to be the kings of Rocket League. It wasn't even close. This team won 2 or 3 state finals. They were without a doubt the best team. Their players graduated. And it has been a fall from grace as they are now in a 1-4 position, taking on St. Thomas Academy at 3-2. So the trophy cabinet might be full for the side of Rogers, but in recency times, they have been struggling. So if they could find a victory today, it would be huge. They're down 1-4 currently in their season, so definitely looking for their second win of the season. But I mean, St. Thomas Academy at 3-2, no joke. I mean, in that positive win margin. So you got to think that coming into this today, St. Thomas Academy would hold that edge. But we have been proven wrong in the past by misleading records. So kind of just have to get in there and see how the gameplay speaks for itself, Moonsum. Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that. You want to do it or you want me to?
I can thank sponsors.
All right, go for it.
All right, real quick, before we get started, we're going to go and thank our sponsors. Pull up the list as we speak.
I got it next to me too if you want it. You want me to just rip them? I got it.
Yeah, go for it.
University of North Dakota, St. Cloud State, Concordia St. Paul, Bethany Lutheran College, Gustavus Adolphus, our main collegiate sponsors for MNVL. And then we have Midco and Verbero. So we appreciate all of our wonderful sponsors for doing what they do and supporting this cause. I mean, it is a good cause, right? We're trying to make youthful esports a reality, right? Trying to build and establish this league for all these players and students to kind of compete, represent their schools. So we cannot thank our sponsors enough.
Yeah, you guys really make the magic happen, so thank you again.
All right, with that said and done, we now set our sights back to St. Thomas Academy and Rogers. STA 3-2. Rogers 1-4. A must-win game for both teams, it kind of feels like,
Yeah, like STA, they're kind of in that scary area where we're balancing on the cliff of either making it or not making it state, and we're really trying to stay in the game there. And then Rogers, they're trying to clean up the record a little bit. So both teams have very much so an incentive to win here, and I'm excited to see how that goes. As we're talking, Pixel Peely goes ahead and scores the first goal right off the rip, 5 seconds into the game, bringing Rogers up 1-0.
Yeah, that's a good start there. So Rogers coming out of the gates, getting that first one, kind of establishing themselves early, and at least getting the game going in the best way possible.
Yeah, it's what you love to see. Historically, Rogers has been a bit of a defensive playing team, for lack of a better play style. So it's good to see that they're taking charge of the situation.
Ooh. All right. A little fancy goal there. SpaceX going to find that one. Nice little tap finesse right underneath the bar. And we're tied up at 1 apiece. So STA will quickly answer the first strike from Rogers.
As we're going into about 30 seconds into the first game here, it's anybody's game still.
Placement.
Both
Just
STA and both STA and Rogers are fighting for next goal here, and it's fun to see.
It's a dangerous ball. Beautiful setup. SpaceX going to find his second of the game. STA reclaiming the lead for the first time in this series now. Finding themselves up 2-1. And a nice tap in.
I mean, Skep, we're seeing a 2-1 right now. I mean, that's better than the record with what we saw last game, right? Or last series?
Not a bad start, right? I mean, this one still has plenty of game time to get blown out of proportion, but for Rogers' concern, being down 1 goal is a good sign, right? You're still in striking distance, without a doubt.
Yeah, we're seeing some very aggressive playstyle from STA. It looks like they're trying to kind of keep that possession of the game right now because they're up once again at 2-1. Rogers, they really need to grab that ball and bring it back to the other side of the field.
It seems like STA's offense has started to kind of ramp up, right? We've seen a little bit more offense getting pumped in now from the blue side of STA. Really been applying that pressure.
But don't let it go unsaid that Rogers has been playing quite a good defense. Like, sure, they lost a couple of shots here. Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
as I say that, though, open goal puts it in. STA's up 3-1 against Rogers. Not what I was hoping to see, instantly contradicting my sentence.
That was actually a really good redirection. He wasn't even looking towards the goal, just redirect it, basically tip that ball past him, and it ends up going and finding the back of the net. So now a 3-1 lead for the side of St. Thomas Academy. Oh, that's a rocket of a shot.
Ooh, right through.
I mean, STA pulling up. Nice little drop pass. You can see he just tipped it right back to his teammate. And then he goes and he bumps the goalie out of position, continuing to cause mayhem and havoc for the side of Rogers. STA now really starting to spice things up in game number 1.
Yeah, Skip. Like you said, there was plenty of time for everybody to get warmed up here. It seems like both teams are starting to really show their abilities here. But hopefully Rogers can come and get a couple more goals at least, right?
I'd say hopefully, right? It's always good to have hope.
Yeah. I mean,
but as it stands, I mean, St. Thomas Academy have been in their zone since Rogers scored that first goal, and it's been a blue show for sure. Orange side just getting crunched into their own zone.
Yeah. So, Skep, they're playing super aggressively here. What do we want to do here?
I mean, we need to see some life offensively from Rogers, right? It's been St. Thomas Academy that have been leading things, and they kind of need to fight to gain back that respect. But another scoring opportunity here off the post, and the follow-up is golden. Namiko gonna put that one away. I mean, look at that. SpaceX almost put that one in from the roof. Bounces off the post, and his teammate gets there first, which is just like going back to show the importance of getting to those loose balls first, right? I mean, it's about speed.
100%.
It's about speed. It's about who's getting there first. So hesitation kills. And I mean, that's another one. Wow. E. Horton putting that one top cheddar. Freebie. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Nobody's stopping that.
It looks like both Rogers defensive players went for boost there, and it really cost them, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, you're seeing it too, right? Like the mispositioning, 2 players committing on the same thing, or lack of communication in a certain area leads to problems.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of just been the overall trend with all these games. Is you've got one team that they've got good teamwork, they've got a good team composition. Both teams or all players know that they need to be at certain places at certain times, and then you've got the other team who it feels like they could improve on a couple of areas of communication.
One minute 30 to go here. 7-1 on the scorecard. STA handedly in lead.
We're seeing a lot of just SpaceX and his teammates bouncing around, with E. Horton going in and scoring the 8th goal for STA, bringing the total score up to 8-1 in favor of STA versus Rogers.
Man, oh man.
That's the way to put it, Scout. Yeah.
Yeah. Unlucky.
seeing a little bit of retaliation from Rogers, but with 1 minute remaining, I don't know if that's gonna really matter here. I mean, they've got 7 points of a lead to catch up on and 50 seconds to go. Skip, I might have to call this one early, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair play. I mean, 40 seconds. There's no way Rogers is scoring 7 goals in 40 seconds. It's just not happening. Not with the way St. Thomas Academy has been playing in this one.
I mean, yeah, as we see that, we get another demo against, I believe, Rogers. With putting the nail in the coffin once more. STA, it feels like STA is really starting to do Rogers dirty here, just kind of messing around, going.
No, at this point, I don't see a problem in burning and just dragging the clock down, right? Like, they don't need to score any more goals. I mean, they're up 8-1, bro. Just let the clock run out. So I respect that from the side of St. Thomas Academy. No reason to beat a dead horse, right?
Yeah, that's great points there, Skep. As we look at the shot distribution, STA had a total of 15 different shots on goal, with 8 of them connecting. With SpaceX being the prime shooter on STA's team. Pixel Peely really trying to get some goals in there toward the end, but just no dice. Yep, I don't really know what to add here. It feels like we're kind of at an impasse where we've kind of hashed everything out. We need to think about maybe some more creative ideas aside from just better communication.
Maybe. I don't know if I don't know what the path to success is for this side of Rogers. I mean, coming out and scoring that first goal was huge, right? We were both pretty hyped up about that.
Yeah,
but that's kind of where it ended, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's got to be back and forth in these kind of games. The scoring, right? It feels so one-sided when you're just getting scored on repeat and you're not getting a lot of offensive opportunities.
Yeah, going to the next game there, folks. We've got, once again, Captain Bean and Donut King on the side of Rogers, who hopefully will give some much needed assistance to Pixel Peely in his everlasting battle to try to even the scores up.
STA back in the blue, Rogers still in the red/orange.
Good demo there.
Not a bad start. And I mean, Rogers needs to make this STA team uncomfortable, whether that's demoing, bumping, that extra pressure. Good defensive save there by the Rogers keeper. Punching this ball over into the corner. SpaceX is going upside, topsy-turvy. A demo coming out from the side of STA. Nice long clear. This one's got a chance. A little bit high on the shot, a little bit off the mark. Defended nicely.
Yeah, Pixel Peely going to try to stop that push back to Rogers' side of the field, but gets bumped. E. Horton looking for a shot, misses it just narrowly, bringing the ball up to SpaceX, centering the ball to his teammate. There
nice
it is.
goal.
Rogers
not a bad goal.
Yeah, I mean they're fighting. They're definitely
Good
really.
Clear from Pixel. He chases down that ball before either STA defender can get their paws on it, and he will find that first goal again. Now Rogers back-to-back games, striking first, having that lead. Now can they maintain? Long clear now from the side of STA. Good shot, and that's going to be a freebie found by Mimiko.
Yeah, I mean, looks like STA is starting to get a little bit of momentum built up again, but hey, 1-1. Sure, we saw this last game in the series, but you never know. As we see, Rogers kicks the ball into STA's side of the field,
Pretty
and
favorable kickoff.
Yeah, very much so.
Got to build on it though. Punts it into the corner. Kind of has to backtrack now. Long clear for STA. A little bit high off the marker on that one. How quickly can Rogers get this ball out of their defensive zone? That's kind of the big question.
They were doing a pretty good job until we got a demo there. Looks like STA is really trying to capitalize on that. And Rogers gets the ball back over to STA side of the court pretty rapidly. Feels like looks like we've got some good pressure on the side of STA by Rogers, but as I say that, Pixel goes in, tries centering the ball, doesn't quite make it by E. Horton doing a good defense job there. MNVL going in, trying to shoot what looks to be a goal on Rogers, but not quite finding that mark. Ball is centered back again, a little bit in the favor of Rogers. Got back in by STA.
Nice goal from SpaceX, and it's going to be St. Thomas Academy to reclaim that lead here, Moonsum.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, Skep, it's a lot closer of a game. We're 2 minutes left of the game, and STA is only up 1 point. So, as I say that could very much change, but for the time being, it looks like Rogers is locked in a little bit better. Pixel goes in for an aerial punting ball over around center. Ball brought back to other side of the field by STA. Rogers doing a pretty decent job at defending here. Yeah, it feels like
it's a
like
close
almost
game, right? Rogers is still right there. They are able to battle their way back in. They just really need this next goal here, Moonsum.
100%.
Down 2-1, a minute 40 left on the clock. There's time to work with.
100%. That, and what I'm noticing too is Rogers is playing a little bit more conservatively because it seems like they're playing off of STA's misplays, right? That's what you want to be seeing when you're a team that's kind of down in points here.
Yeah, I mean, they have to kind of take advantage of those times that STA does misplay. That's 100% correct. Up top, dangerous ball, and that's a beautiful shot. Wow. I mean, perfect finesse on that touch, not too much, and the placement of it was also perfect. Top right corner, basically undefendable, and it's STA now with a 3-1 lead here in game number 2.
I mean, Skep, looking back at that goal there, is there such a thing of you notice that, say, one of the other team's goalies, he's kind of just staying in the same position. Can you account for that and kind of just shoot a shot that wouldn't be very defendable from that position?
I mean, that's exactly what they just did right there, no?
Yeah, very much so.
Goalie sitting flat wheeled on the ground, so you just go high with the shot. Well, okay, he tried to jump. But, like, the contest is a little bit late, and that wasn't actually the goaltender. There was still somebody else in the goal. But, yeah, I mean, dude, if the guy's on the ground, he's not going to be able to get up and get into an aerial position by the time that you just let it rip. If you have a good shot and you're coming in with speed, I mean, you're going to beat the defender every time.
100%.
If you see at the highest levels of Rocket League, people are airborne, like, all the time before the shot is even coming, like, getting themselves into position as to where the shot's going to be. They're reading where the ball's going to bounce before it actually gets hit that next time. So, like, you'll see people going to where the ball is not because they know that their teammate's about to hit the ball into that area or whatever it's said, you know? Oh, that was a huge opportunity for Rogers. It does not go their way. And with that, that might be the end of game number 2. There would have been a chance, a slight window perhaps, but it's not to be. It is St. Thomas Academy that will improve to 2-0 in this series as it stands. And Moonsum, we are reaching that marker.
Yeah, it's getting a little scary, Skep. I'm a little worried that you're little
it didn't work.
Kind of dispelling this curse we've got. Maybe
the hex stands.
Short yeah. But who knows? You never know. Gaming is awesome that way, where you can have some of the most unfavorable odds and somehow pull up a complete reversal, right?
Well, quick note, look at the shots, right?
Yeah,
Rogers had more shots that game. Were they super clean or were they golden scoring opportunities? Probably not. But the fact that they are producing those shots is a good sign, without a doubt. It means Rogers is not out of this fight. Demos are up too, so they're playing a little bit more physical, right? Which is good.
Yeah, very much so. Looking at just about all the stats here, aside from saves, we're seeing pretty even stats along the board. Like you said, demos, Rogers was only short STA by a couple shots. Rogers actually had more demos than STA, like you said. Saves is where Rogers kind of fell short there, and kind of STA is where they pulled ahead. But honestly, if Rogers can get their saves up and kind of just be a little bit more knowledgeable about where they're at on the field when relative to the ball, that can really open up some chance for them to make a comeback here.
All right, into game 3 we go. It's now or never for the side of Rogers. Will we see the unthinkable? Oh, game 4. Unknown.
You know, Skep, you saying it's unthinkable might not be the best thing if we're hoping for it, right?
I know, dude. Well, I'm just saying it because of the meme. I mean, everybody knows at this point. We've been waiting for a game 4.
100%. I mean,
good little backup clear.
How many more streams are we doing roughly? Do you know?
Well, this is week 6. There's 8 weeks in the season. So we're running down to the wire.
Well,
week 8 is divisional. So next week is the last week of regular season play.
All right, so that's
now
a little scary then.
Now or never.
Yep, 100%.
I mean, maybe next week, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like we're trying to discount any other team, but you know, it'd be.
Oh, that was a sick goal! Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay, that one's got me hyped up. No lie. Beautiful pass here. Sets up SpaceX, goes up top, drops it down so it's a bounce shot, and it ends up going up top. Goaltender could not read that one at all. That was a beautiful play coming out from St. Thomas Academy.
Very much so, Skip. And granted, it's not what we were really hoping to see on side Rogers, but yeah, like you said, it was just such a clean goal that you really can't be mad about that, right?
That was all skill. Beautiful
100%.
Pass, perfect placement on the shot. I mean, it was an outplay for sure. Beautiful goal coming out of SpaceX, and whoever passed that one to him. I mean, that goal doesn't come without that perfect pass placement. So, shout out to the STA squad. Their offense has been dialed.
100%, and the biggest part of that, Skip, is just communication, right? I mean, you don't
that's
hit
a good
shots
shot.
like that. You don't. Very much so. Just on the side.
Oh,
up in the air
airborne,
for
danger.
Anybody.
Oh my goodness! And somehow Rogers can't put that one in the back of the net. That's trouble. Coming back the other way. SpaceX double tap.
All the way
my
back in.
Goodness. Okay, so his name's SpaceX because he's like super good at aerial play, right? Like he's like always in space.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. All of his rocket-like techniques. I mean,
sick, nasty.
Very nice, yeah. Just off the side of Rogers' goals for and it gets brought back. McHugh goes and scores a third goal for STA, bringing the total score up 3-0 with just shy of 3 minutes to spare. Yep, it's still anybody's game, but it's starting to look more and more unlikely that Rogers pulls this out. What are we thinking?
I mean, Rogers they can't give up, right? They got to keep trying to. They've had a few really close scoring opportunities here in this game, and I mean, there's definitely a chance, but they just got to keep trucking along, see if they can make it happen.
And like we said earlier, it seems like STA's got quite the handle on aerials and kind of just aerial movement. And it feels like as soon as STA gets possession of the ball, Rogers has one heck of a time trying to get that possession back in their favor, right?
I mean, Rogers is like, they have good moments, but STA's like, it's kind of like sloppy for the side of Rogers. Like they're close to scoring, but it's not as like set up or pretty, if you will. They're kind of scrappy, it feels like. Whereas STA kind of feels like they kind of have set plays in hand.
They're more polished. They're more consistent with their play style.
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's nice because that means that STA has done their homework, right? They know what plays they should be making given the situation, and that's the thing about Rocket League. There's 100 different combinations. Well, probably more like 1,000 different combinations of what could be happening at a given time. As I'm saying that though, Captain Bean goes in and scores the first point of Rogers of this game, bringing the total score up 1-3 in favor of Rogers, or for Rogers. STA still favored in the game with 1 minute and 39 seconds left, but who knows? 2 points is still very possible in 1 minute and 40 seconds. So you never know, right? I mean, I'm trying to hold out hope, Skep. It's hard sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta believe, right?
It is hard. I mean, Rogers in a good spot, right? Only down 2 goals. You have 1 minute 15 still to play. There's definitely a possibility, but they got to get this next goal here.
100%.
Got to cut it to a 1-goal game. 1 minute remaining here in game number 3. STA with a 2-goal lead as it stands.
Donut team really going in to try to juke out the other 2 STA players. Not necessarily going to work 100% with effectiveness, but it seems like Rogers is definitely putting a lot more pressure on STA. Looking at it, it seems like STA's got a little bit more pressure on them individually as each player.
I mean, STA are making the right moves here right now too, Moon. Some 30 seconds left. They're kind of dwindling this clock away. Rogers need to find something. They got to find it now. Pixel Peely are trying to make it happen. 15 seconds. It's getting harder and harder for this Rogers team to make it happen at this point here, Moonsum.
Yeah, like you said there, Skep, it feels like they're just playing the game away right now. Just running on the clock, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Good opportunity, but it's going to be saved. A nice pass play at the end. Just takes a little bit too long for the side of Rogers to develop. Closest game out of the 3 coming out in game number 3. But we see a 3-1 final and another 3-0 favoring the side of St. Thomas Academy.
Yes, Skep. Well, the Hex still survives to another day, but hey.
Oh my goodness, man.
You think about it. We've still got 1 more week. I'm being hopeful. Gotta hold out hope here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe week 7 is the week that we break the curse. But that concludes our Rocket League games for the evening. We are going to check out and see if we can get one of these STA players for an interview. Folks, we will be right back after the break.
Here at Concordia St. Paul, you will have the opportunity to earn a degree, make lifelong friendships, and play a game you love on an esports scholarship. For more information, visit csp.edu/esports.
Life isn't one size fits all, and college shouldn't be either. The University of North Dakota is consistently ranked the best value in the Midwest. That means whatever you decide to study, you know it'll be worth it. A better job, less debt, and ready for whatever comes next. Because there's one thing we all have in common. We lead our own way.
Coming in and actually seeing all the computers filled with kids, and they have on their jerseys and they got their coaches next to them, and I see direct parallels over to football.
There's just not a lot of knowledge about gamers out there. People just don't know what they don't know.
They have to develop teamwork like any other physical game does. You don't have the teamwork, you don't win.
You take a kid who never had confidence before and you give them confidence and you can see what they can do with their lives.
As Roseville will find their golden moment. Moments of the round. Roar dashes into his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles. Very close here. Very nice spot dodge going through that. And fair! Go straight in over the wide, but Flo able to get the rebound, and Egan has a 2-goal lead right. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some health. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your MNVL 2023 Fall State Champions.
Nice side B. Okay. Wait, yeah, just carry him. Put him on the pain train. Smash HP. He just yoinks that game.
Not quite able to get anything done with that. Bri possibly going for a double tap off the backboard! And able to get a score off the top.
Both are very low. I think they're both 1 HP. Doesn't know where they're...
Oh!
Snap! TMR for the clutch!
Why be a nurse when you can be a nurse, potter, power lifter, foodie, comedian, dog advocate? Here, you'll grow in a place where your identities and interests are valued, your passions prioritized. As a Gusty, you'll write your own story, make connections, and learn to live with purpose. On purpose. Gustavus Adolphus College. Gusties get more out of college.
Where are you going? Or maybe a better question is, how far do you want to go? And how fast do you want to get there? Now we're getting somewhere. So let's go. Let's go faster. Let's go further. Let's go beyond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the closing portion of the stream. We are now joined by STA's Sniper Killer Mimiko. So, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. How are you feeling after your guys' win today? And my follow-up question was, what was your guys' communication sounding like today?
It was kind of tough with us because we're not that good at communication. Not going to lie here, but what we're good is it's kind of, I think, actually feeling each other, you know, the teammate play out, so we kind of know where we are at the map.
For sure. My follow-up question now is going to be, how often do you guys practice as a squad? Okay.
Before the game, so it's actually on Thursdays for us.
All right. Not bad. Moonsum's got a couple questions for you now, I believe.
Yeah, very nice. I was gonna ask you. These are pretty cliche, but you know, gotta ask them anyway. Who are you eyeing up? Like, what other team have you looked at and been like, okay, we gotta set our sights high here?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely Dyna.
Dyna?
We had some problems with them, definitely, because last games for us have been really tough. Like, we've been actually, like, cooked by other team really fast. So this game is kind of, we got glazed by Yalba. But yeah. So, I mean, last games were kind of really diminishing our skills, but right now I think we're getting back on track.
Yeah, good to hear, man. As always, we wish all the teams the best. But going forward, what do you think that after tonight you can go back to your teammates and say, okay, we did really good on this, and then also we need to work on this? Like, what do you think those points are that you need to work on?
Oh, I definitely know what to say. Is that we always shoot the ball to corners, and from corners there's no way out. And when it's go to corners, there's no way we can play out the ball usually to score it. So usually it's like the passing gameplay from right to left, from different side of the field, and actually hitting the ball with enough power to make a pass. That's
sure.
two things probably would be important for us for next games.
All right. Well,
Very nice.
Sniper Killer, we appreciate you answering our questions and joining us on the interview desk at this time. This is usually when we let you give shout-outs for any teammates, friends, family, coaches, whoever you got. This is your time.
Oh, definitely. I want to give a shout-out to my friend who's watching right now from Bulgaria.
Shout out to Bulgaria. Let's
yeah,
go.
Shout out to Bulgaria right now, and actually for my ex-girlfriend who is watching.
Okay. All right. That's a shout out for sure.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes, yep, definitely.
That's a shout out. Sniper Killer, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your guys' win. You're up to 4-2 now, record wise. So not bad, right?
Yep.
Feeling good.
Thank you.
Hope you have a good rest of your Thursday evening.
Yep. Thank you. You too. Have a great day. Thank you for inviting me for an interview.
For sure. Take care.
See ya.
See ya. Well, Moonsum, pretty solid stuff. Pretty solid stuff, right? Besides the 3-0s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aside from the 3-0s, we had a good night tonight.
Aside from the 3-0s. Well, folks, that concludes it from us on the desk. We had fun, regardless of the 3-0s. I mean, it's just a joke at this point. We're trying to break the hex. I'll keep doing research and see if I can find any alternative methods. But that does it for week 6 of MNVL. Week 7 coming up, the final week of regular season for most of our games before divisionals. So it's all coming down to the wire. Next week, we will catch you guys with the biggest and baddest week of MNVL yet next week. Take care. We'll see you guys on Monday.